Okay, so Wednesday's drills here are going to be with punches. So since we worked on our forms, and some of the forms you have punch. Actually, I think only the one form we have punches in. But punches are very, very convenient and efficient. But we do Taekwondo style punches. Remember that, not boxing punches. And you can punch a single punch. You know, not worry about totally covering your body and preparing, you know, a block for against a kick at the same time. However, you kind of always want to have that habit of doing that anyway, of blocking and punching at the same time. So here are the drills. 10 punches each hand, 4 punch drills here. It's 2 punch drills, but you're going to switch sides. So your lead hand punch, I'm just going to use one hand just so you can see. Lead hand punch, I step in a little bit, hook, and punch. Now you notice here, as I'm stepping in, I chamber and I bring this up here so that I can punch. You want your punches executing straight, not angles, not going up here, not hooking. Again, those aren't wrong. Those are more like boxing punches. Plus, we don't punch to the face. We only punch to the body. So if you start punching up and you may accidentally punch somebody in the face or in a sparring match or something, that could result in disqualifications or losing points, or if you're just sparring in class, hurting somebody accidentally, and we don't want that to happen. But I do tell everybody, pay attention. So if you're going to practice these at home with somebody, pay attention. Don't always assume your partner is going to have the best, greatest control, because accidents always can happen. So lead hand punch. Hup. I step in and stomp first, then I execute the punch. Hup. You don't want to step and punch at the same time. You're going to lose leverage and power. Full stomp first. Hup. You can hear I'm doing two movements. I'm having 2 impact sounds because I'm doing a 1-2. Hup, hup, hup. And you can see that I'm punching pretty impactfully because of the stomping here, and I got a good fit foundation and base to execute and release that punch. Think of it like pushing the cannon in place, so that way when I fire out the cannonball, it's in a steady, firm position, and it's big and heavy, so that way the cannonball can fly as far as it can, as far as it's supposed to. If you're rolling that cannon at the same time it pushes, it's probably not going to go as far, because once it executes and explodes and the cannonball is going to fly out of the cannon, because it's mobile and the cannon itself is not stationary, that's going to move away from the cannonball. So at the same time they move away from each other, which is what you don't want. That's why I don't want to stomp and punch together. You can see a big difference here. I'm losing a lot of power. It might become more of a push, and I have less impact. You might hear some sound here, all right, but it's definitely not like this one here. It's definitely not that impact. So that's your lead hand punch. Then you're going to add the cover to that if you're having a little trouble with covering and punching at the same time. Hup, hup, blocking here, hup. Okay, next drill, you're going to do the rear hand cover punch. Same thing. So if you need to, get in your guarding stance. I'm going to step in and punch with that rear hand. So if you watch me here again, I stomp the front foot, hup, 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 right? Now I would block at the same time with that as well. Hup, hup, hup. Block at the same time with that one once you get the hang of just executing the punch. What you don't want to do, and you want to try to refrain from playing around with each other at home, anybody, take it serious, okay? You can have fun, but keep it serious. You don't want these punches swiping. You don't want to be hitting with the front part of your palms here. Look at my wrist here. That can hurt if I try to hit somebody that way. Buckle my wrist. You want to keep the wrist straight, knuckle line flat. I don't even want it up a little bit at all, because if I hit with the front part of my knuckles, more in the finger area, that could cause my wrist to buckle up or down, however it might happen. So you want to make sure you're taking these punches and executing them properly. So remember, 10 each side, or 10 in each drill, then you're going to switch feet in each side. So I would do 10 lead hand cover punch, hup, hana, dual, set, right? Then I do same stance, rear hand, hana, do, set. Then I switch my feet, lead hand again, hana, do, set. Then rear hand, hana, do, set, right? Now I just did 3 to demonstrate, so I did a total of 12. You will do 40, 10 on each, 10 for each drill, each hand. And I want you to do those whole sets twice. So you do the lead hand, then the rear hand, switch your feet, lead hand, rear hand, switch your feet back, lead hand, rear hand again, then switch your feet back for the last set, lead hand, rear hand. So you would have a total of 40 punches times 2, 80 when you get done. Again, this shouldn't take you long. You saw when I did it right there, it was about a punch a second, so like 3 seconds. So 40 punches is going to take you maybe 1 minute. To do that twice, 2 minutes, maybe, right? If you're playing around and you know, not taking it very serious, maybe a little bit longer, right? So it shouldn't actually even take you that long. But here's the good news. You don't have to, it's not about quantity as it is quality. How much execution, how much effort are you putting in the execution of your techniques? That way you get the most out of it in the shortest amount of time. So those are the drills, punching drills for today's class for Wednesday.